Well, good evening, fandom, and welcome to the Friday night, November 15th update. So, how are y'all doing? I hope you have enjoyed your week and you're looking forward to a fantastic weekend. Tonight's update, we have some housekeeping to do, we have some introductions to do, and we have to bring a whole bunch of people, an entire family, into the fandom. You see, they've been introduced to us, but they don't know who we are. We tell them we are the watchers, and they say, okay. They don't understand that we're just watching, and for every one comment on a fandom video, there are 1,000 watchers. Remember that there are people who simply bookmark the fandom page they were last on, the last video, and they come back and look. They don't follow, they don't comment, they just look. That's it. So there are a lot more people watching the fandom than the 15,000 followers that are listed at the top of the profile. Now, watchers, we have a whole new group of people. They are called the AFF family. If you haven't been watching the updates or if you've missed the lives with my notorious whiteboards, I will bring you up to date tonight. So let's begin. AFF family, welcome, and a sincere welcome to Austin fucking Foreman. The AFF family is joining Ophelia and Lady G in their quest against Charles Ressler. At the current moment, we do not know what Austin fucking Foreman nor the AFF family has as a relationship to Charles Ressler, other than a promise of protection and loyalty from the AFF family to Ophelia. The AFF family has never encountered watchers before. They are completely focused on social justice, which is kind of funny considering their political beliefs. You know what I mean, but it's okay. We watch, our judgment is reserved internally, right before we change the channel to something else. So for all our new watchers, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at this profile, right here, right there at the profile, and you're going to peruse the playlists, and you want to begin with Fandom Beginning. That's very important. Once you get through Fandom Beginning, you can start at TikTok Fandom. Those two are going to introduce you to Cowboy Jace, the creator who kicked off all of this by committing the offense of creating an original video as he was escaping the North Carolina floods of Hurricane Helene. It was just a few days later, not quite a full week, that Ophelia posted the exact same video word for word, cue on the tears and everything, all of it. And that set TikTok crazy. Oh, did it go crazy. And so we began watching. So now you've learned about Charles, Chaz, and Jace because you went through the playlist. You know that in week 2, Chaz leaves the building and returns to Ophelia, Tater Nation, and the Tots, as well as Shoe Lover. And in week 3, you know that we were introduced to the formula, or what we would identify later on in week 4 as the formula. And that is when we learned about AK and Jason Hernandez. The parts you're going to want to watch that are most important for week 3 are TikTok fandom updates, part numbers 97, 95, 98, 115. 115 also covers the comfort creator phrase that has been used by AK and Jason quite a lot. In week 4, Fandom released to the watchers the Fandom documentary playlists. These are professionally produced videos recapping the story as it's been told through the updates, through the comment section, through video replies, through comment replies, all of it. We capture all of it. And when I say capture, I mean we have multiple platforms that we are entering this information. And yes, AI is a significant portion of pulling all of the text and information into a cohesive story that gives you a clear path, a clear view from the beginning through the story arc and back down to the end of the ending of the story. Week 4 also brought us a massive campaign of distraction and manipulation, beginning with Girl from Casino, moving into Lady G and Show Me Gal, which of course is going to be a whole nother, maybe a playlist. I'm not sure yet. We're going to get to that. And that is in part 204. 204. You can read all about that. We learned about Washington Dog Dad and what Lady G and Girl from Casino did to that creator in part 127. We learned about the Shenanigans Resurrection, and we even have a studio. We have studio time. We have a script, a co-host. We have screenshots, text messages. All of it. Shenanigans will ride again. We also learned in week 4 that AK has been creating a docs file on Ona. That would be me in part 141. It wouldn't be until much later that we find out that sure, there may be a file, but AK hasn't done anything with it yet. And that brings us to week 5, which has been a very busy week. Week 5 kicks off with Ophelia Speaks for the first time. That is part 173 and 184. The Accountability Warriors sort of have, but we don't know what happened. All we know is we put together part 172, and that tells the story of what happened there. We learned that girl from Casino is working on a victim setup for herself. You'll find that in part 193. She has something that she's working against Charles Ressler, and you can watch it being manufactured. If you follow Charles Ressler, or if you look at his profile, you'll see where he walks you through the setup. And again, we welcome Austin fucking Foreman in part 202. We're going to need him for that. And the AFF family. Since part 202, we've had quite a bit of fun with Austin's Gentleman Crew, who have been coming through and introducing themselves, which I personally am having a blast with. I hope all the ladies are having a good time too. The lady watchers of the fandom, you better be enjoying this as much as I am. That's not to say that there are still some men out in the AFF family that are, well, you know, they're just going to be mean. There's no way around it. They're mean to us no matter what we do, but they'll go away eventually. And finally, you're going to want to follow the fandom updates for week 5. This is a lot, so I'm going to make sure the numbers appear on the screen. We want fandom updates. 171, 169, 181, 182, 183, 199. You want to look at the Liz and Ona update, part 188. And that explains that connection. You're going to want to watch updates on 189, 190, and 199. It will take you through the weekly update. Now, you got all the numbers? You just itching to go check them out? All right, you get them all written down? I hope that the screen captions here help you significantly. And I want to close on this final question. Everyone knows that Ophelia, AK, and Jason attacked Charles Ressler. But we have never asked the question or received the answer. What did Charles Ressler do to them? All right, watchers, it's going to be a little busy out in the comments. Remember our rules. You are polite. You are ladies and gentlemen. We do not violate TikTok community guidelines. And what is the number 1 rule for fandom? No fucky with the TikTok money. Have a good night. Love y'all. See you on the next update.